The university.
Ignorant, we gon' bring that racket like it's Wimbledon. Discipline, but yet to find anyone equivalent. Ain't no podcast similar, now you won't find no synonyms. Be produced by Q Smith, sound like it's by Timberland. JBB in charge, EG set the bar. Be sipping water tree and Turk gon' lay the law. Jokes may go too far, but that's just who we are. Prolific, so gifted, words that have your soul lifted. So consistent, yet so different. Ain't nobody copy that lane. Carry that torch, heat up the game. Ain't nobody got that flame. Different, different. Man, this intro different. Man, this intro ignorant. God damn.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? You know what day it is. You know what time it is. Time for another episode of the one and only D1 Ignant University podcast. And we live, baby. Why did I do them theatrics? Mind your business, that's why. So I'm here with my favorite people in the world. I don't like them, but I'm stuck with them anyway. So let's go ahead and get things started with our co-host, our talent manager, the man that's trying to get my ass whooped on essentially a daily basis, JJ.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're official here at the DFPN. Shout out to the boss man, because if you tuned in, like a minute and a half ago, y'all saw the brand new introduction to the D1 Ignant University podcast. So shout out, boss man. We are here. We are official. There is no going back. We made the cut. We are rolling weekly or semi-weekly, whatever we can figure out. But we're here. We're live. And Jamal, that ass whooping is coming. I'm just saying. It's on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is who I choose to hang out with. These are supposed to be my friends. You know what? I didn't like them when I was 5. I don't really like them now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my co-host, my brother from another mother. Don't mind my speech impediment. We have the man from the DMV. His season is almost over, so he gonna enjoy the rest of it. He's still in his sugar cookie season, in his sugar cookie coat. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Scully, because I can't call him by his government.
What's happening? We are almost, it is going to be 70 degrees all next week up these parts. So we have made it out of the wilderness, man. We are here. It is almost the end of sugar cookie season, and we're going into snickerdoodle season. Shout out to us. We're out here, man. And also, 2 more weeks until the 30th anniversary of 30 years ago. Your boy's turning 30 in 2 weeks. It's more than just March Madness. It's March, and I'm mad, and we all in this. So let's go.
Those are bars. Those are bars. Before we get started, y'all got any gripes? Y'all just mad about anything right now at the moment?
I think you know.
Besides that.
Oh, okay.
You talking to us, you talking to people watching live with us. Because if you got some gripes, we love to hear it in the comment section. Feel free to tap in with us on the show tonight.
If you got beef, I'm willing to grill it right now because I don't care. Except for the people JJ had manufactured my beef with.
I do got some beef with somebody else, obviously. I got beef with Triple H. Triple Nose, Triple K, whatever you want to call him. I got beef with his booking, bro. This is ridiculous. We are just about a month out from WrestleMania. And what the hell's going on? What is going on? I personally have my own fantasy booking that I'm doing. But aside from CM Punk and Roman, which I couldn't give less of a damn about, Liv and Stephanie's cool. That's cool. Jade and Rhea is cool. They just didn't have a build up. What is going on with the SmackDown Championship? And when are they going to stop BSing us and put Obafemi and Brock Lesnar together? And also, what are they doing with Gunther? And it's just so many things. The list goes on and on. But that being said, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna piggyback off of that, but I'm gonna go segue into a different company. TNA Impact, please come to the front of the room.
Please.
What are we doing? Like in the beginning of the year, it was announced that TNA is gonna go to AMC. We get this new AMC deal. The world is hyped. everybody's like, oh, TNA has a chance to come back. TNA is coming back. TNA is finding its roots. TNA itself decided to go on record and say, now we can compete with the big leagues. We can be a number 2 promotion. And then it's kind of like you had Genesis, and Genesis was cool and all. The way that you shaped that card was a little, disturbing. Me and Boss Man were there, and we were kind of scratching our head a little bit because y'all started hot, and then you had a momentum killer, and then you had another momentum killer, and then you tried to bring it back before the main event. But then the other 2 pay-per-views that I think you've had have kind of been lackluster, and there hasn't been any momentum. So TNA, what are we doing? And welcome to the comment section, because we're here now. We got some people joining us, watching live with us. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all tap in, like, subscribe, share, join in on the Ignants. And first comment, Boss Man, they don't know Scully. They don't want to know Scully.
I don't want to know Scully. I'm stuck with him at this point.
The more, if you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry about it.
Before we really get in the show, I have one gripe, and it's with the American people. Come closer. Come holler at your boy. Take y'all lazy asses to the movies. Y'all wondering why studios are allowed to keep buying shit, and you have a monopoly, and you have 2 streaming platforms that own everything, because you dumbasses won't go to the movies. Y'all will sit y'all lazy asses at home and stream on Netflix and wait a month to watch a movie, and yet here we are. Paramount just got bought out. Disney.
Well, no, not Paramount. Paramount bought the other people.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Paramount bought people. They had no business buying these people. See, this is what happens when y'all skip economics in high school with your dumbasses. Anyway, let's get the show started. We've rambled enough. We're going to start off with one of the most wonderful times of the year. NFL free agency is starting with the new league year, I believe, tomorrow. Yes, Paramount bought Warner Brothers Discovery, and they're going to change the name again. Whatever. Anyway, NFL free agency has started, and this is an interesting year for the quarterback market. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals have decided they will part ways. Kirk Cousins has been cut from the Falcons, and Tua Tagovailoa is,
He'll be cut any day now.
He will also be cut, and he's not dead yet. Where do you think these guys actually fall towards all of this? Simply because all of them have had a lackluster career, but there are some desperate quarterback teams out there.
I don't know if I'd say Kirk Cousins had a lackluster career. I'd just say he's 37 years old now.
True.
But it's some other guys you didn't even mention. You got 141-year-old Aaron Rodgers who still may come back for whatever reason.
Technically a free agent now?
Technically a free agent because the level of CTE is just too strong here. And then Malik Willis might get $30 million a year off of 26 career starts. That's insane. Quarterbacks make too much money. It's getting out of control because there's no way that Malik Willis should be getting anything near 20, 25, or $30 million a year off of 26. Only at quarterback can that happen, because if a running back had only 26 career carries, he is not getting $20 million a year.
Speaking of running backs, before we get back to the quarterback market, New York Jets, why do you hate Breece Hall? Why do you hate Breece Hall? You're clearly rebuilding. Let him walk.
Let him go.
Let him go. You traded Sauce Gardner. You have no quarterback. Let him go. Save the cap hit.
Your coach falling asleep at the combine. Like, it's like, yo, what are we doing in New York, bro?
The New York Football Jets. Whatever. But I will say, thanks to Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, the market for 37 old quarterbacks, quote unquote, Phillip Rivers, the Colts got him off their couch.
Off the couch
at 42?
42. He was coaching high school football. They told Anthony Richardson, you can basically leave. You can request a trade if you want.
Secret trade.
Yep.
I don't think it's out of the question for the Colts to want 37-year-old Kirk Cousins.
Well, they actually just tagged Daniel Jones, so
They did, but also I don't see Kirk Cousins wrong as a good backup.
you know what I think. You know where I think Kirk Cousins could go? Is a couple places. I
Mhm.
think I think that he could go. Well, depending on what happens with Geno Smith, I think he could go to Las Vegas and at least be a bridge for that brother from Indiana that's coming in there, Mendoza, or potentially if Geno comes back, then he doesn't go there. I could see him go to hell. No, I'm playing. I could see him going to somewhere like a Cleveland or maybe even reunited Minnesota.
I can see Minnesota.
You
You
know,
know, you know what I think would be kind of a wild card, but I wouldn't put it past them. You know, New Orleans might need a steady veteran presence.
Absolutely not. Let's stop right there. We're gonna pump those brakes because here's what I think is gonna happen. But before I give my prediction, let's go back, right? So
Mhm.
Kyler Murray. I don't think Kyler Murray is gonna go somewhere horrific. I will say this is gonna give the brother a lot more time to play Call of Duty. So Arizona did this man a favor. Where Kyler Murray is gonna end up, I don't know. But I think wherever he goes, he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder. As for Tua, really doesn't matter where Tua goes because a concussion protocol is going to follow as well. And for Kirk Cousins, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I could see, like Scully said, I could see Kirk Cousins ending up in Vegas, or given the situation that we saw unfortunately happen at the end of last season with Denver, depending on the health and the longevity of Bo Nix, and if you look at their quarterback room, you could very well make a move to bring a veteran like Kirko Chains to Denver and, you know, kind of help that room a little bit because, it's Denver. They want to compete in the AFC West. And I feel like for Denver, we've said this about a lot of teams, the next 2 to 3 years are crucial for them. If they don't make a move to win the West or to win an AFC championship or make it into a Super Bowl within the next 3 years, I think you kind of lose your window if you're Denver.
You do. The AFC West isn't getting any weaker. Obviously, Pat Mahomes is essentially out for all of last year, so the Chiefs are a non-factor. The Raiders are the Raiders. The
Yeah, I was
Chargers,
about to say it's the Raiders.
the Chargers can put together at least a decent regular season that will make your road to the playoffs a little harder than it would be if you didn't win.
No, 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 no. Fuck that. If the Chargers can put an offensive line that is not you, me, and a bucket of tennis balls out there to protect, can Justin Herbert, for the love of God, please get somebody, just get somebody that can just stand up in front of him. That can just get in the way of people.
I wasn't trying to take this to my Chargers today. I wasn't going to take it. But
You're
since
right, you're
we're
right.
there, Bradley Bozeman, thank God you retired. You should be banned from so
Mekhi
much
Becton got
as
cut too.
playing backyard football. Pablo Sanchez would be ashamed to have you pick him on his team. You should not be allowed to even look at the shape of a football. If you start making bread and you accidentally make it into the shape of a football, the police should be at your door. You should be arrested for aggravated assault to what you did to Justin Herbert today.
I
Which is
mean,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this because you brought up the GOAT Pablo Sanchez. Backyard
the
sports
GOAT.
is making a comeback.
It
So,
is.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be the first one to say it because I've already said it on all my social channels. July 9th, I'm putting belt to ass in backyard baseball. It is
VTA.
on a PC, on Steam, and on consoles. So if you want this smoke, find your boy belt to ass backyard baseball. And whenever football and basketball get made and rebranded, BTA in that too.
but anyway,
BTA.
JJ, back to Kyler.
Kyler, I think Kyler's going to be in Minnesota. I think Kirk Cousins. And I was listening to me and Kimes today, so that's part of the reason. You know where I think Kirk Cousins could go that nobody's talking about because this team loves a good bridge quarterback. Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh
They
uses
love they love them a 1 year deal quarterback that is clearly past his prime and too old because for some reason they're always going to be good enough to go 8-9 or 9-8, which is too good to get a top flight quarterback, but too bad to or no,
Too good to get a bad draft to get a good draft pick, but too
right,
bad.
but not bad enough to whatever. Like just they're just gonna be in the middle perennially.
You know
And
what?
Kirk Cousins in Pittsburgh with what we would like to believe is a pretty solid defense, and then obviously Mike McCarthy is the most uninspiring head coaching hire I think I've seen in any coaching cycle ever. And it just would make perfect sense. An uninspiring coaching hire with an uninspiring quarterback signing. It's perfect for Pittsburgh.
You know what? I like Kyler Murray in Pittsburgh. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Minnesota might be, you might think is a quarterback's dream because you got Jettas, but you would still have to quote unquote compete with JJ McCarthy, whatever. But in Pittsburgh, now Mike Tomlin is not running the show for the first time in 20 years, something
Roughly,
like
yeah.
that,
Mm-hmm.
roughly 20 years. But them as an organization, they have a standard. They do not deviate from the standard. They've only had 5 head coaches in their entire existence.
That's crazy to think about too.
Because for one, we just talked about we can name all the head coaches in the last 20 years. Mike Tomlin. Before that,
Bill
uh,
Cowher,
Bill Cowher.
then Chuck Noll before that.
We just named 50 to 60 years in 3 coaches.
His
That
fucking
That's
insane.
stability. That's the sign of a organization, not just a coach. Like you can. That's how we talk about the Cowboys pre Jerry Jones. Like Tom Landry and the Cowboys were an organization. Jerry got there and he put his spin on it, and only a guy like Jimmy could handle that. But we see how well that happened.
We
I
see
think if
how
there's an organization that can work for the uninspiring person that is Mike McCarthy, it's Pittsburgh. And you know what? Kyler, more than anything, he needs structure. He needs an organization. When you have to get put a clause in your contract that says, I will study film. It's like Bart Simpson at the beginning of every episode writing stuff on the board. I will not set my cat on fire. I will not set my cat on fire. I will not set Flanders' cat on fire. If that's what you got to do to a guy like Kyler Murray, this is the situation you need. You need a place where you have expectations. You are not bigger than the program because Arizona didn't have no program.
I was about to say there wasn't nothing.
If he had played with Larry Fitzgerald, there'd be some kind of a program, a little
There
bit.
still would. I promise you, there still wouldn't be. Arizona is the most. They are such an unserious organization, bro. Like I forgot they're in the NFL sometimes. Like he's been there 9 years. Like, is that not crazy to us? He's been there 9 years. He
Kyler,
doesn't feel like he's been there that long.
Kyler
And
has,
what has he done to 9 or 7? Not 9. He's been there 7 years.
no, this coming up is year 7.
Or this coming up. Okay, 6 years. You mean to tell me he's been just wasting away in the desert for 6 years? Like this is the garden of, like this is the Israelites getting pulled out of Egypt,
But
and you're just wasting away in the desert with manna.
And let's not forget how he got there. Literally the year before, with the number 1 overall pick, I believe, the Cardinals drafted Josh Rosen.
The number 10 pick.
10 pick. I'm sorry. Still a top 10 pick. They drafted Josh Rosen and treated him like a black quarterback.
They treated him like a black man.
He was the first white man in the NFL to get treated like a nigga. He played 1 year, played awful. Nobody would have played good with that sorry ass Arizona team. They got the chance to get Kyler Murray and said, peace. So that should have showed you already this organization is bullshit. Because how you draft a guy top 10 and you as an organization were so bad, you said, fuck it, let's try all over.
I mean, literally fired everybody. The coach, the quarterback. Somehow the GM stuck around for a little bit, but he got out too eventually. Like it was a mess. Now,
So,
you know what I think is gonna happen? I think that, like you said, Kyler's probably gonna go somewhere like Pittsburgh. You know, I wonder what happens with Tua.
See, Tua's the interesting one because is Kyler injury prone? Yeah, cool. Tua's died twice. I've watched both of them.
This man was throwing up sets.
He was
He was
throwing
set
up.
tripping on national television.
He had Naruto hand signs going, not of his free will.
I don't know about that one. Gee, like on
case-
television, bro.
In case y'all didn't catch that, for the real nerds out there, fire style, fireball jutsu. Just throwing that out there. Anyway,
Water trap. Like, what are we doing, bro?
saw him almost die, not once, but twice, and it'd be different if maybe these were a couple years apart. I saw him almost die twice in a month. I saw him almost die on a bi-weekly pay schedule.
3 times in 2 years, this man almost died on the field. DeMar Hamlin actually died on the field and came back faster than Tua Tagovailoa. That should tell you something. That should tell you. Actually, no, he didn't. I just made that up. But anyway, the point is that the AFC East clearly has a death cult in that division because Tua and DeMar Hamlin. Everybody's dying in that division. I don't know what's going on. But that being said, yeah, Tua literally, and on top of that, like he's terrible in cold weather. Like he can't throw the football. He can barely throw the football when it's nice out, but like he really can't throw it when it's cold outside. So anywhere I saw the Jets are doing work on him. You might as well just no, stop it, New York. Don't do no work. Leave the work alone. Like he should go somewhere. I would have said Indianapolis, but now they tagged Daniel Jones, so they're probably not going to get him. Maybe Minnesota. I mean, I'm sure Minnesota. You know, Kevin O'Connell can just turn anything to gold that he touches at this point. You wonder if who else is looking? Cleveland. I mean, that would just be a disaster waiting to happen. But I'd love to watch it. It would just be so funny.
Another organization that may not be sold on their quote unquote number 1 overall pick.
They should not be. I love Shador, but he absolutely is not the quarterback there. He shouldn't be.
I wasn't even talking about Cleveland because Cleveland is where quarterbacks go to die.
Which is what Tua's done. Tua died 3 times.
I'm talking about that other team in the desert. Vegas? Because look, the Geno Smith experiment is dead. They will probably draft Mendoza. And let's all be real. Had Mendoza not just had a great run with a national championship that nobody was expecting, any other year, Mendoza's at best a 3rd round pick. He's the number 1 pick out of circumstance. He's not that great of a prospect. I don't think he's that good. So the best thing you could do is put in a quote unquote vet, which is Tua, who you're going to get for dirt cheap, for pennies on the dollar by NFL standards. He'll probably get a 1 year $8 million or a 2 year $10 million, something like that. Something that's very cuttable at the end of the year. And if Mendoza beats him out, hey, great, number 1 pick. We want you to play. That's why we're paying you all this damn money. And if he doesn't, well, who really cares? Because Raiders.
Exactly. Now, the only thing I will say is it depends on the situation with Mendoza. It definitely depends on the situation. He could, only because Clint Kubiak is the coach there, I think he could be all right. Like, maybe the team will stink, but I think he could put up good individual numbers. But then again, maybe not, because who's he throwing to? I mean, Brock Bowers.
Who's also broken because they use him to death.
Shit. Like, yeah. So, yeah, Vegas is terrible.
JJ, finish us off. Put your final words on the topic.
I mean, look, all I'm going to say is it's that time of the season, it's that time of year where you get excited and you start seeing some things, and then you get your heart broken, you get disappointed, but then the draft is around the corner, so there's a chance you can kind of rebuild and get better, which if you haven't seen some of the mock drafts, you might want to tap in because, you know, if your team holds a top 12, top 15 pick, it's kind of like make or break for you. So, you know.
My team is number 7, so.
My team is number 8 or 9, if I'm not mistaken. I just know we're after Washington, and I'm looking forward to whatever the hell we do.
All I know is Sonny Styles is coming to Washington. That's all I know. I need that.
And
I
those are,
I'm
need
putting it out there.
that.
Either Ruben Bain, probably not, or Jeremiah Love. Come on down to the Big Easy.
yeah, you get Jeremiah Love. Anyway, y'all, we're moving on to our next topic because JJ pissed me off last week, and I should have drop kicked him through the computer when he said this. But I'm gonna let him make it. I'm gonna let him explain himself this week. We are here for our musical hot takes. That is part of the intro video, in case you didn't see. But anyway, our musical hot take because JJ did not like the fall off. He's wrong. He's incredibly wrong. Let me focus by saying that he's wrong. But I'm gonna let him explain himself because I'm a man of the people. I am anything but fair. JJ, say your very wrong opinion.
You know what? Here's my take, and this is why it's a hot take. And like me, you like me, you don't.
I
Either
don't.
way, you're gonna put up with me for the rest of however long this show exists because damn it, Jamal has to put up with me for however long he exists.
In life.
Um the fall off,
No, listen.
it was not J. Cole's best work. And the reason I say that is because for one, we've been on this show before talking about other artists when they come out with new music. If you have so many tracks and you have to split up your album into two sections to say, hey, here's album A and then here's album B for whatever reason, that's kind of a problem because who the hell has that much time on their hands to listen to both sides of the album from start to finish? Some people do, yes, some people do, but some people don't. Anyways,
You said
the first half, it wasn't all that hot. You had a couple bangers on there. The second half made up for it, which I was like, all right, I'm vibe with the second half. So putting both of those together, it just wasn't enough for me to say, yeah, the fall off was, top 10, top 15, whatever. And the other thing about the fall off, if you keep up with music, especially like I do with Apple Music, when something new comes out, normally you get an alert. Hey, new music just dropped, new album just dropped. This is what your friends are listening to. It never hit my radar. It never hit me whatsoever. It's kind of like, yeah,
I
you
mean,
know.
I use Spotify, so that's not on me.
I will argue. The only thing I will say to be like, okay, just to play devil's advocate real quick. I think that was the point. Like the name of the album is The Fallout, or what is it called? The Fallout, right?
Off.
It's the
Fall off,
fall off.
fall off. So he's saying that he's falling off. He's saying that this is part of why he's, I guess, walking away, or I don't know. This is his final album. Like, I guess that's the idea. Is that hey, I'm not able to do this at a high level anymore. I don't, whatever, and this is kind of just me emptying whatever is left. It's kind of like John Cena tapping out, essentially. Like it's like, yo, I've given everything I can to this business, and this. It's like, I can't really do it like I used to anymore. But that doesn't mean that it was trash. That's just me. But like, I can get why people would say that though. But yeah,
I kind of disagree with how you're interpreting fall off. I see fall off as I'm done here. I've done all I needed to do, so I can fall off and disappear.
right.
You never have to see me again. Because if we know rappers don't retire. JJB, you talked about this earlier today. Rappers don't retire.
Right. They usually just die or get shot.
Yeah, they die, get
That's
shot, or
crazy.
they're like Andre 3000. They drop one verse.
He's the only one that's actually retired. Is Andre 3000. He's the only one that is actually retired.
But also for like a decade, he gave us a verse a year and was like, "Don't forget, I can still do this."
This nigga trolled everybody and said he had an album coming, and it was just him playing the flute.
It was him playing the flute. That's what I mean by they don't retire. Big Boy's been retired for years, and every 6 months he got a feature with somebody.
That's true.
Anyway,
That is true.
you can't. I will agree with you. The second disc is the stronger of the two, but that intro song, Carolina in My Mind, is a perfect intro for Cole, who's a Carolina advocate. 2-6. I've been saying 2-6 niggas wild since the second I've been listening to this. I have been definitely been changing it to Dalworth niggas wild. Just in case y'all don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, Life Sentence is probably my favorite on there. Was Life Sentence, and then the one he did with Burna Boy. I forgot the name of it because it sampled.
That's only
Jack
Burna
here. So.
Boy. And
then the Carolina shit. Carolina shit. Hey, that joint was fire.
You know what? Shout out to our man Desmond. Desmond knows.
Shout out to Carolina.
I wanted to ask Desmond on this very show. Hey man, what's one of those ignorant things that you will do on a regular? He says, "Look, Carolina dude. If Petey Pablo come on, I will take my shirt off."
Shout out Petey Pablo, bro.
Shout out to Petey Pablo. And I mean, look, Cole actually got features. I know they say with because with and feature are technically something different. I don't know the difference. I ain't in the music.
Yeah, I hate the music business being so technical with features. Like, nigga, it say J. Cole and Friend. Like,
essentially, it's like J. Cole and Friend.
Like,
I guess
the and tells me that he didn't do it alone. That's a fucking feature. Stop being so weird about it.
It's got to be something to do with money or
it's legal. It's a legality thing.
Like, yeah, it's definitely a legality. Who cares? These are features. So he dropped that platinum with no features thing, which I think we were all kind of over. Like, it was cool for Forest Hill Drive. Don't get me wrong. After that, it's like, bro, work with other people. You have all the money. You're the biggest rapper of the decade, minus like Drake. Get with some other people, man. We want to see. I think this album, is it his best album? Absolutely not. I think it's third. I think it's the third best project he's put out. And for him to say, this is me, peace, deuces, I'm out. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how you leave people remembering who I was, what I can do, miss me when I'm gone. This is kind of how I feel. This is kind of like Kobe's last game. Like, yes, Kobe scored 50 points.
60
points. Yes, it took him 37 shots to do it. That's the most Kobe, the most Kobe shit ever. Did that game mean absolutely anything? No, because the Lakers weren't even close to making the playoffs. That's what this is. J. Cole, finish. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, when you put it like that, it does make sense, and I can kind of understand, where you're coming from. So I get it. And again, I'm not knocking J. Cole because I like J. Cole. I loved all his projects that he's done. I agree with you. I won't say that it's top 3. I would say for me, maybe top 4. If you look at all of his work that he's done. But yeah, if this is J. Cole's like, hey, the fall off, this is me saying goodbye for a minute because I put my all into it and I can't do it no more. Maybe you do need a break. And then, over time, we know rappers don't die. Maybe J. Cole comes out of the blue. Not saying he's going to do a Kendrick style and just smack us in the fucking face out of nowhere. But maybe J. Cole comes back in, a few years and bam, we get something that's like, oh, J. Cole really is that guy. Like, yeah, J. Cole's been that guy. The real ones that know J. Cole. So
just always know, before you talk about that man from Carolina, just know the real is back, the Ville is back, Flow Bananas here, peel this back. But we talk about that. We talk about some of our more musical hot takes. Scully, this is something that you definitely are an expert in because you just like shaking the table and fucking with people. What is your first musical hot take?
Oh man, I've been trying to think of some while y'all were talking, but like the only one I can keep coming back to, really, I guess, is that Bad Bunny didn't need to speak a lick of English for him to have the best album of the year. I think that people who enjoy good music can enjoy good music whether they can actually understand Spanish or not. I think that it was just like music just make you move. It make you do.
It makes you lose
alive. Like it makes you lose control, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So shout out to that.
All right, I'm
I
done.
fuck with it. And then also, I mean, I don't know if this is crazy, but I feel like Drake. There was like an argument a while ago about like he doesn't have any classic albums,
Not now,
and
but let's calm that down.
and I was like,
Care
I
of
don't,
this.
I
Take
don't know
care
how I
of
felt
this.
about that. I was about to say because to take care, I was like, yeah, but I really don't have any strong musical hot takes right now. Like I feel like I'm gonna think of one while you're talking. Probably.
I do.
Go ahead.
It's relevant. It's pretty recent too. So y'all may or may not know that Ti and 50 Cent, some of the pettiest people ever, have gotten into a little scuffle, a little
Kerfuffle, if you will,
kerfuffle, if you will,
a quandary.
quandary, almost a duel. Just to say, I will tell you, 50 Cent's discography is pretty mid. I said it. I said it. 50 Cent, his discography as a whole, as a total, pretty mid. Pretty mid. Okay, hear me out here. Don't crucify me. All you New York niggas, let me.
I ain't say nothing. I'm not from New York. I don't know why I said that, but
Look,
yeah.
we all know Get Rich or Die Trying. We're not here to dispute Get Rich or Die Trying. It is what it is. That's like when we talk about the overratedness of the SEC. We ain't talking about Bama. There's no point. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about Bama. They dominate. Get Rich or Die Trying is one of the greatest albums ever.
Ever.
Forget genre. Ever. Top 100 album ever.
Mm-hmm.
But when we look at his other work individually, because it's G Unit stuff, G Unit. But the Animal Ambition 2014, no one cared. Before I Self-Destruct, Bulletproof, we love Bulletproof. That's not just him, that's G Unit. That's G Unit. Curtis didn't beat what was it, Graduation, when him and Kanye were beefing?
Mm-hmm.
Curtis didn't beat Graduation. Curtis
Sure
wasn't
did not.
bad, but Curtis wasn't bad, but it was meh. It was okay. Massacre was pretty good. Massacre was pretty good. That's the follow up to Get Rich or Die Trying. Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to argue. It's like I don't know, man.
We all know 50 Cent is a hip hop legend. You know, there's In the Club and, you know, Many Men going down one of the greatest songs of all time, hip hop, pop, whatever. Is up there. But his work as a whole, now let's compare that to T.I. First of all, we can start off with Paper Trail.
Paper Trails is incredible. Paper Trails is like that.
Paper Trails like that. We can never ever forget the most iconic music video of the era of the early 2000s when T.I. is doing push-ups with himself in T.I. versus T.I.P. with Big Shit Poppin'.
Big Shit Poppin'. Little shit stop. You know, whatever you like, you know.
You can have whatever you like.
You know, like the T.I. has so many bangers, man.
Mind you, he called himself the King of the South during Lil Wayne's biggest run. And nobody really questioned it. No one said a word.
No one said a word. And they both went to jail, too. That's the funny part. They both went to jail around the same time. Well, like, I think Wayne got out and T.I. went in.
And then he made a song about going to jail.
It's like, yo, it's
the blog sites and the magazines tell it. I'll show to be in jail to 2027.
I do got a musical hot take. See, I knew it. I was thinking it was something else. Boy, Cardi B is horrible. Her shit is trash. Just everything about. I mean, she's terrible enough as a person. That's whatever. But like her music is terrible. I have never been a Cardi B fan. I never will be a Cardi B fan. I don't understand what y'all see in her. Like everything, like all the same stuff that we say about Sexy Red. It's like she's terrible. Cardi B is horrible. Now that being said, every time is fire. Every time is fire. That is my shit. Especially the remix with Jeezy. That joint is fire. I be playing that in the gym, be going crazy. But like, I just don't like Cardi B. I don't like anything about her music. I just don't see the hype. I don't see it.
See, the thing,
I just don't understand it.
I disagree with you about Cardi B for the simple reason of her personality. She's not taking this shit serious, and neither should you.
I don't. That's the point. Like I never had.
And I think that's what she makes fun, bad bitch music. And to a degree, like none of us are gonna sit here and be like Cardi B is just the greatest lyricist of all time. She's better than Sexy Red. Let's start there.
I mean, but the bar is in hell. The bar is so far in hell.
Hell, I'm a better rapper than Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. You want to talk about not taking shit serious? Did y'all see that abomination of a Michael Jackson sample?
Nope. It can't get me. It can't.
She's the electric chair. That was the electric chair for even hopping in the booth to do that. You should get taken away in a straitjacket because that is oh my god. She's clearly an industry plant sent here by the CIA to just divide the black community because this is ridiculous.
Speaking of dividing the black community, I got a hot take to close us out if y'all want to hear it.
By all means.
All right. So, like I said, it's probably going to split the black community, but y'all got to hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
A few shows ago, y'all, long wander back. Go listen to it. Check it out. Like a year ago, maybe. I was on this show and I said, for all of you that are like, oh, R. Kelly is trash. R. Kelly is trash. Yes, as a human, for the actions that Robert Kelly did, we don't condone. Robert Kelly is a disgusting human being. However, you cannot, especially if you're colored, you cannot look me in my eye and tell me that R. Kelly didn't make bangers when it came down to music. Let's go down the list of just some of them that you may hear at a cookout, a graduation, a baby shower, a gender reveal.
Wait a minute. If you're hearing them at a baby shower, there's a problem.
Who's like R. Kelly at a baby shower?
What are we doing?
He's
R. Kelly at a baby shower.
He's more focused on golden showers.
Have you been to Louisiana? Never mind.
Well, no. Go ahead. Yeah.
So, Step in the Name of Love.
Oh, well,
obviously, that's gonna be all time.
Yeah.
Same Girl. Obviously.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I play Same Girl in my car once a week.
I haven't. I honestly, truly have not played R. Kelly since everything came out. Well, the stuff had been out, but like I honestly, truly have not played R. Kelly since. But that does not mean that when Step in the Name of Love comes on, that I'm not
bobbing with it, right?
But I really haven't heard him.
Right. And so I'm saying, like, my point is, even before it all like came out, like just thing after thing after thing, like, yes, we heard little grumblings here and there, but you gotta think your body's calling. You know,
your kitty canceled.
Probably, but I'm just saying, like, when you think about
we just got on TV.
His hits
just got here.
You know what? It's fine. Like I said, it's gonna divide some people. It's a hot take, but that's why we're here, damn it. That's what we do.
We'd like to stay here. No, I feel you though. The only thing right here with me. The only thing with R. Kelly is some of those songs are hard to listen to, such as Your Body's Calling and Same Girl.
See,
like, so you're telling me him and Usher were messing with the same girl? How old was that girl, Usher?
Hold on. What about Ignition?
That's about some keys stuff.
Same Girl, I think, is safe because Usher is involved.
What the fuck does that mean?
Because we know, at least publicly, you or we, I speak French, because publicly we know Usher has not messed with young girls. And if they dealing with the same one, that girl I know is at least of age.
Okay, I'll give you that. I will give you that.
And also, we know R. Kelly can't read.
True.
So now I do understand why he thought it was the same girl. And let's not forget,
he couldn't read.
Had a job.
What the fuck does that mean? What?
She had a job at TBS.
TBS? Oh,
She
TBS.
had a big girl job.
She had a big girl job. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of bit, I believe I can fly. Y'all gonna tell me watching Space Jam, you gonna skip that track?
No, hell no.
No fifth grade graduation has been the same since.
Because he could fly. That's the difference. Believing you can fly, there's nothing about that can even insinuate pedophilia. So like you can fly. That's okay. Like I believe I can fly is cool. But the fact we're singing at that kid's graduation, that just hurts.
It does hurt. No graduation will ever be the same.
It won't be the same, you know? It's bad enough they got to deal with their yearbook pictures being in the hands of... Never mind.
JJ, you're not wrong. And before any of the people who may see this cancel me, I just have one question for you.
I still got Diddy on some of my stuff.
Y'all.
Who said that?
Before y'all judge me, look me in the eye and tell me you're not vibing the Trapped in the Closet when it pop up on TikTok. Y'all are watching Trapped in the Closet when it pops up on TikTok. I know you are.
Who do you think was trapped in that closet?
A midget.
Was it an underage midget?
See, you're going too deep.
See. Bitch move! She moves! And then into the cabinet. Yeah, no, that's hilarious.
It was a white one. Anyway, y'all, we're going to move on to our final segment before we get canceled even more. Boss man, go kill us.
I do got a theory. While we're talking about getting canceled, I got a theory about a TV show, but I'm going to wait till after this segment to say it.
So, it is that time of year. It is March Madness. It is the beautiful time of year where it does not matter if you are Kirk Herbstreit. Doesn't matter if you're Dick Vitale. Doesn't matter if you're Chuck. Doesn't matter if you're you, me, old dude from across the street. Everybody's bracketology is right.
And it's all wrong too.
It's also all wrong. That's what makes it beautiful. Whether you know everything or you just like the color red and you think red teams are better than blue teams, you're right. Or you're wrong. So I ask y'all, what are some of the ignorant ways that you fill out your brackets and that you choose who wins and who loses?
Okay. Well, one of the main ways for me is that the way they do HBCUs is just so disgusting. Do we have to be the 15 every single time? There are some years where we could have easily been a 13 or a 12. But they put us in the 15 every goddamn time. Why do I have to sit back and watch my beloved institutions get dog walked by the likes of Florida and UConn every single year? Not one time can I get them against McNeese State or Clemson? You know, but that's that. We're talking about ignorant ways to win.
Settle for an Arkansas.
We will set. No.
Pre
Calipari.
Yeah, pre Calipari.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We will settle for an Arkansas or Clemson. They're not a basketball school.
Unless DeAndre Hopkins is there.
Yeah, but they barely a football school anymore. Clemson is they're just good old boys school at this point. It's just a good old Christian summer camp down there.
Anyway, continue.
And then so the main way, look, we talked about it before the show. You're just good to always pick number 12 over number 5. Like it doesn't matter what year. It doesn't matter what year. And then the other thing is, it's always going to be. And Jamal, actually, no, I'm not going to take this because I know Jamal's going to say it. So I'm going to leave that one alone. But I know what Jamal's going to say. I'm going to wait for him to say it. But I know what he's going to say. Because I do the same thing, Jamal. I just want you to know.
We going to see. JJ?
I mean, for me, like a lot of people when it comes down to bracketology, because March Madness is such a beautiful time of the year.
Sure
you can play for fun. You can just play for the hell of it. You can play for real and get serious. You can fill out some brackets and try to get a little bit of money on the side. You never know. There's a lot of people doing a lot of crazy shit at this time. So for me, I do my brackets one of two ways. One, if I just want to fuck around that year, I'm gonna take all the underdogs because I'm like, hey, you know what? At some point, there's gonna be an upset, whether it's 15-2. It's rare if you get that 16 seed to beat the 1 seed.
Only happened.
You may get an 11 seed to upset the 3 seed or whatever the fuck. But there's always a double digit seed that's gonna upset somebody. And then the other way I do it is like, yeah, you know what? To Scully's point, I gotta show my HBCU some love. I gotta show the smaller schools some love, like in the Southland. When SFA is rocking and rolling and they're getting hyped, they can hang with some of those big dogs.
Just SFA has a good program.
They do have a good program and they're on the
Sure
come
do.
up. And so, when you look at some of those smaller schools like that, it's like, hey, if they have a pretty good season, yeah, they can hang with some of the big dogs because we talk about it with football. On any given Sunday or Tuesday or Monday or Thursday or whenever the fuck March Madness falls,
You gotta
all
be
it takes, all it takes is one game, and anybody can beat anybody one time. One time. That's all it takes.
and this is
So
the ultimate tournament of one and done.
literally, and then just for the most ignorant way, because I've seen some people do this shit too. You flip a coin, it's 50-50, literally.
It literally is 50-50.
Heads is Ohio State, tails is McNeese. And then
Right.
bam, there it is. Oh, McNeese is moving on. And then you just go down the bracket. Heads is this team, tails is this team. You flip a coin until you get to the end.
One other way. Look, I'm gonna tell you is one other way. Look, if they have a streaky white boy shooter, I'm gonna pick them every time.
Under 6 foot.
Under 6 foot, who's gonna be a future accountant. I remember Oakland, not even in Oakland, California,
And not
Oakland
even
in
Oakland,
Michigan,
California.
that beat Kentucky because that kid Jack Goldkey just dropping, just hanging it on him. Okay, remember he wasn't white, but remember that kid RJ Stevens or whatever at what school was that? Not Gulf Coast, no, but Gulf Coast too. The kid, his dad was the head coach, and he like fell off the chair, and he had like the cast on his foot. I'm trying to remember what school that was. I can't remember what school it was, but yeah, But then remember, like you said, Florida Gulf Coast. I mean, that was the most fun school. Like just the Showtime at the college level. Beat the brakes off of Georgetown. That was embarrassing. Got the coach fired for that shit too. Lehigh, of course, beating Duke. It's just anytime they got a streaky white boy shooter. Now, Jamal, I know what you're gonna say, and I do the same thing. So go ahead and say it.
Y'all, I'll let you know about Jay Brown's ignorant ways to make sure your bracket is the best it can be. Let's start off with this. If you pick all number 1 seeds, you are a fool. You are a dumbass. It's not gonna happen.
You're an idiot. You are an idiot.
3 times in 100 years. Let it ride. Let it ride. If it's Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, Kentucky, whatever, all 4 of them not gonna make it. Sorry. Right. Number 2, Scully has said it. JJ said it. Let me reiterate it. A 12 seed is gonna be the 5 seed
every time.
We don't know how. We don't know why this specific matchup. It is what it is.
It is what every single year there is one of them.
It's gonna be a 12 and a 5 seed. Number 1. My third one. Don't disrespect these Ivy Leagues.
That's the one I was waiting for.
That's
the one I was waiting for.
Stop disrespecting these Ivy Leagues. Harvard is there for a reason. Cornell is there for a reason. Princeton is there for a reason. You play with these Ivy Leagues, they're gonna win one game.
They're going to.
Every year, they're going to win at least one game. You're going to fuck around with these white boys, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to whoop you on the court, and then they're not going to hire you at the end of the day.
Right.
And they're not going to hire you.
It's a damn shame. And they do it for the love of the game because they can't get NIL.
For
the love of the game.
And outside of Jeremy Lin, y'all know another NBA player who went to Harvard?
Shit. No, I don't think any of them went to Yale, Princeton.
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to go Google it.
You'd have to go way back to like the 1890s.
The only other pro athlete I know from Harvard is Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
And because he's Fitzmagic, he's a different kind of Harvard white boy.
Well, no, actually, if we're being honest, I feel like most white boys at Harvard are like him, and it's just that we get sold this idea that they're the elites and they're this. But I feel like most of them were going on ragers like Fitzmagic and taking their shirts off, and yeah,
But most of them can't slang it like that for 3 games a year.
super pause. Yes, I got you.
Super
I
pause
got
out,
you.
but what you got to say? Another ignorant way to go. I'm gonna let you know this. If your jerseys are ugly, I'm not picking you.
And that's fair because what are you doing with your swaggerless exteriors on my court? Get off of my court.
And here's a few things that if I don't care, if this is a toss up, I don't have no dog in the fight. Here's how I'm gonna pick a couple ones. If you're an Adidas school, you win. If I don't know who gonna win the matchup or I'm torn, if you're an Adidas school, you win.
By the way, I will never in life pick Duke. Ever. Never in my life will I ever pick Duke. I will never do it. The most they will ever make it in any of my brackets is the Final Four, but I'll never pick them to win it all.
Never.
You will never catch me picking Duke to win anything.
Also, have y'all ever noticed that in college basketball, the big deal is to make it to the Final Four and not the national championship?
Well, the national championship is part of the Final Four, which is weird. It's
But
dumb.
but why do we never say it? Like in football, we say we want to get to the natty. No one's first goal, at least for like the power four. No one's main goal is let's get to the Rose Bowl. Their main goal is national championship. Why do we say that about basketball?
I don't know. It's kind of like it's the same thing as the people that would say it's the same. I feel like it's in the same bracket as like the Super Bowl championship being like, oh, the 1995 champions, even though it's the 1994 season. I feel like it's in that same. It's
Like,
in that stratosphere.
Even our old college college basketball video games, they were like Final Four 2002. Bro, why are we not just saying championship or whatever?
Yeah,
And I guess the whole idea is it's a package of the weekend because it's like it's still Final Four on the court even when you make the championship, and like I don't know, maybe I don't know. They're just weird about that.
Because Final Four just has a great ring to it.
It just has a great ring to it, you know.
That it does, yeah, because Final Four versus National Championship, Final Four, it kind of just rolls off the tongue. But I did want to say something because Scully brought up a real good point. When it comes down to courts, shout out to the Big 12, by the way. An all LED floor court for the Big 12 championship on the men and the women's side. I haven't seen it in action yet because I know the tournament is, I think, this weekend or starting next week or something. But I'm excited to see that shit. That's cool as fuck. Like for the teams to have their intro video played out on the floor and in the arena, and then the floor is like moving and lighting up and shit for different shots and fouls. Yeah, sign me up for that. I just hope don't nobody break that shit. Is it breakable?
I will also say I don't know if it's breakable. Actually, I don't know. I feel like in today's era of technology, it shouldn't be. But again,
shout out to the Big 12.
The one more thing I will say, and this is more of a hot take as opposed to like picking teams, but Big Ten squads, horrible. Terrible to watch. I will not watch Big Ten
basketball to watch.
I hate watching Big Ten basketball with a passion. It is still stuck in the 1980s. Using two one-dimensional big men, a white point guard that can't shoot, that can't score, and just masquerading as good defense when in reality you're just forcing the other team to take bad. That's the other thing with college basketball. Like people that say, "Oh, the defense is better than the NBA." No, the shot selection is just not as strong, and they're not as good at making shots. That's the only difference. You're playing with true, like it's true, like straight out of high school. Like college basketball is designed for people that are going to be accountants in the future.
Yeah,
like
in the NBA, everybody is good enough to be in the NBA.
Right.
Now, everyone's not a good player in the NBA. Everyone's not a star, but everyone in the NBA is good enough to be in the NBA.
They were stars when they were in high school and most of them in college. So with a few exceptions, but yeah.
Everybody in college does not belong on the same court.
Right.
That is what it is.
That
But
is, and even at the top schools.
especially at the top schools, you can see the difference. But anyway, y'all, thank you for tuning in to our second ever live video because, hey, we're going to keep coming and eventually we going to get paid. So, like I love to say at the end of every show, keep learning, keep living, keep loving. JJ, play the outro video.
We out. Peace.